Hi, welcome to another position of the week. This is episode 2, and I am Grandmaster Hikaru. So the position is from a game between Magnus Carlsen and Hikaru Nakamura, played in the New in Chess Classic Internet Knockout Final. It's black to play, and I think you should stop the video by pressing spacebar or whatever you would do on your mobile device, and think for a moment about what you think black should play. Okay, you're back, and you might be a little bit unsure about what the different possibilities are and which one to choose. And I would be totally in understanding of that, since black has a number of good options. So I'm going to show you first something that Nakamura did not play, but which was quite a tempting option, which was to play f5. And sort of the way for white to keep the balance here, as suggested by the computer, is not very likely to happen in real play. So here we're threatening to take the queen. You must go, and then comes check, king h1, and queen takes d6. And here the computer tells us that the only move is knight g1. Now, you could certainly spend a lot of time thinking about what happens after take and take and take back. Does black play queen d4 and queen takes f2? Does he play knight d4? Does he play queen h6? Probably not, because I'm just hanging my queen. Queen d5 also not, because of bishop b3. But there are a number of tempting options here for black. My favorite would be queen d4, hitting the rook and hitting f2, and it looks like it's just winning. So I didn't spend too much time on this, as you can probably tell. Another option is to take an f3, which sort of is very similar to the game, but in a less interesting way. But let's see what Nakamura played, because it was really very imaginative. So he played knight takes c3. And this has a very forcing nature. If white doesn't take it, he is just given away a pawn. Arguably, he had accepted a pawn sacrifice in advance, but what he would do next would be to accept bishop takes f3 in a very uncomfortable way. So he must take, and Nakamura played bishop takes f3. Now, the basic plan here, let's try to see this for white's position. The basic idea here is, of course, if queen f3, then rook e1 mate will win the game. So the key line here comes after g takes f3. And black's idea is queen takes h3. And here black has a number of ideas. There's bishop h2 check, king h1, bishop g3, king g1, queen h2, and queen takes f2, and mate. Another plan is to play rook e6, rook g6, again with mate. And basically, the position looks very desperate for white, but actually it's not. He is perfectly okay here. So he could play f4, and the idea is to transfer the knight via e4 to g3. For example, in a variation that goes like this. And here, white is in time to create counter threats. Black doesn't have time for h5, h4. And another try for black could be bishop c5. And this threatens queen g3 check, which would be horrible. But here, white has knight e4 again. He shouldn't fall for d4, bishop d4, queen d4, rook e1. This recurring theme. Instead, he should play knight e4, which both attacks the bishop, defends the f2 pawn, and defends the g3 square. And here, after take, and check, of course, we don't go here into mate in 1, we go to h1. And here, black should choose queen h3 and queen g3 with perpetual, because queen h4 check, even though it would give him a permission to take an f2 with check, he would run out of bullets after this. So Carlsen should have taken accepted the sacrifice here by taking the bishop. Instead, after a little more than a minute, Carlsen decided that it was better to go for practical chances here. And here Nakamura thought for 4.5 of his remaining 10 minutes. So the game was played with something like 15 minutes plus 10 seconds. And here he decided to force a draw in a very sad way. They went back and forward a few times like this. But rather, if he had stopped here, and let's do that as well. If he had stopped here, he would have been able to find a not very difficult, strong move that would secure him a lasting advantage. So if you want to guess along again, stop the video by pressing the space bar. Okay, so back again. And here, the best move for black is b6. Simply keeping the bishop in the long diagonal, because now at the moment, taking the bishop is not working out as it did before. Black has after g takes, queen h3, and here, if knight e4, we should just mention here again f4, we have this recurring theme of checkmate here. But after knight e4, white has conveniently placed the queen in the fine line, and after check, black will win on points. So here, white needs to free himself, and if you ask a computer, it will tell you have to play rook b1, where after bishop b7, black has a very good position. We have these ideas. We can also maybe bring the queen around, and the knight is really out of play, but look at all the white pieces. All of them are out of play. I should mention here that the move everybody would like to play with white is bishop b2, and maybe again you could try to stop the video and see if you can find a good move. This is what we refer to as the Shandon rule. If you have a move you want to play, you should always look at it as possible, even if it looks like it's simply not possible because of tactics. Often these moves are possible anyway. And in this position, black has the opportunity to play knight c4 and attack both queen and bishop. If white goes away, which he should, then here there's no reason to withdraw the bishop. Here, if we get these attacking possibilities again, it's winning. If white tries something like this, he will not be able to withstand the attack forever. And if he again takes the bishop, then just like before, the queen is placed on an inconvenient square and black wins. Of course, the underlying point of this principle, in this tactic here, is that if white indeed takes the knight, then check will be followed by queen takes queen, and black wins on points. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll record a new one next week, and if you want to prevent me, you can always send a donation. That will encourage me not to do it. On the other hand, if you like these videos and you want to know more about what my colleagues and I do, you can visit us at killerchesstraining.com and see if our academy is something for you. I always call it a happy place because for me, that's exactly what it is. Thank you.